we sing Shirley the Presence? Yeah, but Lynn just ran away. She'll be back. Look for the good in everything. Hold on a minute. I don't want to do it like this. Get it brighter. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people that will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate. Look for the good in everyone. Celebrate all our mistakes. If there's a silver lining, silver lining, you still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you're searching for a purpose and guided by a dream. I see who you are. I'm just like you. I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. And I keep on trying. Keep on trying. When it gets frightening. Look for the soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good, look for the good, look for the good in everyone. Everyone is nature, everyone is God, everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good, look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes, and maybe they should look for the good, look for the good. Look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good, look for the good. Life sure would be sweeter if everybody would look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good, look for the good, look for the good in everyone.
Let's do that. Let's look for the good in everyone.
Well done. That was wonderful. As always, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kurt, Lynn. We are going to be winging things today. We have a bit of challenge this morning. So, we may be back on track. Okay, we're back on track. Please forgive me for staring into the my phone here. We welcome any new listeners that might be out there. We welcome any newcomers that might be out there, and also please silence your phones so there are no interruptions, or you may want interruptions today, I'm not sure yet. The daily word for today. The daily word, quietness. In quietness, I'm refreshed and renewed. Sometimes, especially on my busiest days, I need to be a step away for a few minutes and simply be. I begin by finding a comfortable place. I feel my body. My breathing becomes regular and easy, and the busy stream of my thoughts slow as I open my mind and heart to the divine presence within me. I affirm God is here. Relaxation deepens as I focus on the simple thought, peace, love, wisdom, and understanding, full awareness. In this timeless moment, there is no discord, no concerns. There is only God within and all around me. My heart's wisdom hears the words, I am with you always. I am with you always. Refreshed and renewed, I return to the activities of my daily soul is at peace, and my mind is clear. Inner harmony is resting. Be still and know that I am God. From Psalms 46:10. Quietness. In quietness, I am refreshed and renewed. We have a mission statement for this year, 2025, and it should be up on the screen soon. And please follow along. We are a loving, nurturing community dedicated to being a positive path to spiritual living. to awaken oneness with God within us all. We dedicate this year to a continued awakening of health, wholeness, and prosperity in our lives and the world around us. We will celebrate fellowship after after we're done here. And please, if you're at home listening, come on down. We broadcast live on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Visit our webpage at unityoftheseacoast.org. Scroll down to the links for our live services or past services on YouTube or Facebook. There's also a button which invites you to donate. That's donate, not donut. We welcome your support for our community outreach. It is greatly appreciated. If you prefer mailing, our address is UOTS, McConnell Center, Suite 246, 61 Locust Street, Dover, New Hampshire, 03820. For upcoming events, visit our Facebook page. March 19, we have the Dover Library Knitting Group, which will be here in this room from 9:30 to 11:30. That's the 19th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Namaste is a Sanskrit word meaning the Christ in me sees the Christ in you, or the best in me sees the best in you. Let's all stand for Namaste. And to you folks at home, Namaste. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Now we have the pleasure of hearing from our choir, or from the choir. Come on down, folks.
This is an oldie but a goodie. I bet you'll remember it.
I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Through this world of toils and snares, if I falter, Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden shares? None but thee, dear Lord, none but thee. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. God to thy kingdom, shore to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Grant it, Jesus, is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
And now is the time, probably the best time of our sermon, is the introduction of our speaker today, which is Tom. Tom is one of the most amazing, strong, and powerful human beings I have ever met. As we all know, he has had incredible medical challenges, and he rises to every single one of them, stronger than anyone I've ever met. And yet at the same time, if we ask something of him, he's there in a heartbeat for us. His love for us is never ending. And as has always been the case, behind every great man, there is a great woman. Thank you, Casey. Thank you ever so much.
I love you. So I thought of a joke this week. It's a guy goes into a bar joke. So it's not really religious, so we're going to change it to a priest goes into a bar. And he has his dog with him. And the bartender goes, and by the way, this has nothing to do with anything, this joke. I just liked it. And the bartender goes, we don't serve dogs in here. And the guy goes, no, this is an amazing dog. He can speak. And bartenders, look, we don't allow dogs. He goes, look, if I can prove that he can speak, well, will you let the dog stay? Bartender goes, fine. So he looks at the dog and he goes, what is on top of a house? Dog goes, roof. Bartender shakes his head. And then, all right, let me try again. He goes, what does sandpaper feel like? And the dog goes, rough. Bartender just really starting to steam up. He goes, one more chance. He goes, who was the greatest baseball player ever? The dog goes, Ruth. Bartender, get out of here, both of you, just get out of here. So he takes the dog and he gets out in the street and the dog looks up and goes, should I have said DiMaggio? So I didn't write a talk this week because I'd kind of like to have a discussion. I'd rather do almost anything in the world than have this talk. I got to step away, folks. I just don't have the energy it takes to give to the church. I keep thinking I will and I do, and there's always that next thing that hits and that next thing that hits. And sadly, that's a part of dialysis. It might not be the same thing that hits each person, but it hits. Right now I got a torn rotator cuff. It runs down into the bicep. You know, my kidneys failed. I have a lack of energy from that. I have ulcers on my feet from my diabetes, which are healing, but quite painful to walk. And on a normal day, I get winded. My dialysis days, I get home and I fall asleep till 5 or 6 o'clock. I just can't do it. I've laid awake at night a lot this week thinking about this. And part of why now is the end of our lease is coming up. But before I talk about that, part of why now is I'm enjoying this so much that I don't want to be at that place where I'm not enjoying it. It becomes a duty. And, you know, we build memories and lives. And I want every memory of this place to be a wonderful one. I don't want to look back and think, oh man, no, that last 2 months or whatever, that was ridiculous. And I don't want to, writing a talk, I don't want it to be a burden. It takes a good 30 hours to do a talk. Because you get the concept, and then you start writing, and you write a loose idea, but then you have to go back and check your facts. A lot of the stuff I know by heart, but even in the Bible, I get it wrong a lot. So I write it down, and then I go through the Bible or through whatever book I'm basing it on. And usually there's a couple books that I flip to, you know, and it's not the same book. But so by the end of the week, between all that and the editing, and there's a little form that I have that I kind of use to make sure that there's a message in it, something new, a bunch of things. But by the end, it takes about 30 hours. And I often wake up in the middle of the night and go write. And or I'll lay in bed and I'll have a day and I think about it and I think, hope I can remember this in the morning. And I've enjoyed all that, but I don't have it anymore. And I notice now that it's just too easy to turn on the TV or something because I just can't focus. So, folks, I need to step away. And we'll figure out a way to do this. And the second half of this is our lease ends at the end of April. We can't afford this. And if I step away, we really can't afford this. You know, we've been funding so much of this, hoping that it will take root, and we've just never overcome that hump long enough. We get moments where, okay, man, we're there and we're cruising, and then all of a sudden, like, wow, we're moving money from the savings and all that. So we're pretty close to being able to just pay off and get out of here. Not my decision. It's your decision. So I want to discuss that and the options. I've thought about, you know, maybe we'll go virtual, and I can pull that off because I don't have to think about anything else. I don't have to think about insurance or filing or whatever. If I go virtual, we can do it just as a group, not as a unity thing. So there's no expenses in that whatsoever. We have Barbara. Barbara's 17, 18 years,
20.
20, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff to consider. Or we just do it as a group and we make sure that we commit to meeting up with people. You know, maybe Sundays we go to a restaurant. If you're not donating to the church, there's money for that. And if you don't have money for that, we'll make sure there's money for that. Because I don't want anyone to sit home thinking, I can't afford to be a part of a group. You know, there's a lot of restaurants that we can meet up in. Right now, because I'm hungry, I'm thinking of the Continental Buffet. I tried to steal some soup, but it was still cold. So these are the things we have to think of. If you want to remain a church, you can always be a church in a box, which is something I never wanted to do. And then you, yeah,
Yeah, we did that.
yeah. But that's up to you guys. And that means the church stays intact, but you got to hunt down a minister. And if that's the case, I can't be a part of it for a year. That's a unity thing that allows the new minister to get a foothold, instead of people going, Tom, what'd you think of that? Or, you know, and I know me, I wouldn't say a word until someone asked me that question. And I'm not good at letting go of power. So anyway, that's where it is. I mean, I'm broken up about this immensely. But there's so many things that this requires of me. You know, technically I'm a part-time minister, but I never took that job as a part-time minister. I've made sure that I've been doing it full-time. You know, from the minute I took over the position and we were still in COVID, to coming here with George and painting everything, and then the pastoral care, phone conversations, the books, the everything. And I've let all that slide because I don't have it in me, folks. I don't have it in me to take care of my yard. Oftentimes I don't have it in me to put stuff in the back of the truck to go to the dump. And you guys know I've called people on that. Bo came down last week and, you know, said, Bo, why are you here? And so if I don't have the energy to give it at home, I can't give it out elsewhere, folks. And this is breaking my heart because I love you guys immensely. So I know we have to figure out a way to get together. Kurt had a great suggestion because it's getting warm out of picnics, and I love that. We've done 2 since I've been a part of this church, and each one I loved. You know, Frank and Jenny, the one at your house. Wow. Who hires an Elvis impersonator? Yeah. So there we are. So I'd like to open this up for discussions and thoughts. And I want to include the people at home. So, babe, if you can keep an eye on the comments. And really? Is she on YouTube or Facebook? Um, yeah, I can't do the technical end of it right now. The only thing it says, look at settings at the bottom on yours and see where the audio is coming through. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna, before we start, I'd like people to pass the mic around to do it. So anyone listening at home can hear.
So Tom, what I hear you saying is it's time to release this model of our spiritual community. I don't think it's all on you. I think it's part of our evolution. It's part of the changing in the world. We have to remember where we came from, which was a small prayer group in someone's living room. And so I don't see it as you letting us down. I see it as the wisdom of knowing when to let something go. And I agree with you 100%. And I'm totally committed to this spiritual family. Wherever we can meet, we also looked into the community center where we live, and we could schedule something there to get together. They have a kitchen. We could, make meals and get together there, or restaurants like you said. So I see this, look for the good in everything. I see this as a good thing. We're going to evolve and change and maybe get more energized. Thank you
Okay.
for making that hard decision.
Tom, you've done a great job. I think it's a good time for all of us to get together. And if we have to meet at people's houses or have a picnic or whatever, it's a good way to keep us all together. But Tom, thank you. And Tom,
Thank you.
Casey, thank you too, because it's good. Yes. And we love you all.
Yeah. I love you too, Jan. Jan's my sister, folks. Yep. Heidi, thank you so much.
Yeah, I was just waiting for. Yeah, again, thank you, Tom, Casey, everyone here. During the pandemic, I was grateful for having Zoom. If the weather's bad, if people can't make it, I don't know if now there's a cost on it.
There's always been a cost from our end.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
And use StreamYard or something.
But what else was I going to say? So, but thank you, Tom, for constantly stepping up, constantly being there. Such gratitude in my heart, I don't always come, I can't make it. My health hasn't been the best, and pretty near everyone in the past 4 years of relatives and friends have passed away. So, anyway, thank you. Whatever will turn out will be the right thing
Okay.
for the people, this is, but I'm sad,
Yeah, me too.
absolutely. Won't see your handsome face every Sunday, and beautiful Casey and Barbara up there, but that's okay. I'm a believer that if it's meant to be, it's going to be, and it'll work out for the perfect thing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kurt, can you repeat what you said into the mic?
I don't think it's really anything different than what everyone else is saying, but that we could have a web presence as you I think everyone agrees that we should continue on as some sort of group and stay in touch with each other and be a social support network. That's why I'm here. Because I, need people during COVID. I found out, I thought I could, manage by myself, but everyone needs friends and people to talk to and stuff. So, yeah. That's
Wait, Joy.
I haven't been coming here that long, but since I've been coming here, I found a family where everybody's on the same page, which has been amazing to me. And it's like, my heart's in this, no matter where we're going to go with it.
Okay. Joy, from the moment I first saw you come in, just for the acoustic circle, you've lived up to your name. Uh, Ernie was waiting. Hold on.
I echo everyone else that we love you. We will miss this. A question that may not be appropriate right now, but if we go virtual, are you still on the hook for 30 hours a week?
Well, sort of. Part of the requirement of this is to do a talk. It's about 25 minutes long. That's a unity requirement. I may have talks that go that long. I may have talks that only go a little bit. So it depends. And other people may have things that they want to say. I shouldn't just be the talking head of the group. And I don't mind that. But, I know Ernie gets a lot of ideas that he wants to talk about. Frank does. So we can rotate stuff like that in and out. And we'll just play it by ear. And if I can't do that, but it's certainly a lot less on me sitting home and walking to my desk than it is, we get up early to make food for here every week. The Sundays is a long day. So we'll see. And if I can't deal with it, then I'll tell you.
Fair enough. Just didn't want to put more on you.
Yeah, no, that was a great
'cause
question.
that's the reason you're stepping away.
Yeah.
But again, we love you guys. I love everybody here. You welcomed me with open arms about 3 years ago, and I love it.
And again, you are.
I am Ed.
Well, and to continue with Ed's idea, if you feel inspired and want to write about something, then, we can listen to it. If you write a talk, it doesn't have to be every week, but if you have some idea that inspires you and you want to write about it, then we can all come together and listen to you talk about it. It doesn't have to be every week, so you don't have a every week 30-hour commitment, if it's over several months or a year even, if you have something that you're working on, just an idea. Yeah.
Thanks.
First of all, I want to express my gratitude for what I call God's calling me back to unity of the Seacoast. Many, many years ago, my wife attended her first unity of in the old brick building, which was the courthouse, right, the old courthouse. And we saw that grow and grow and grow. But it too, eventually, became too much. And we had to move on. And we did. We've done it several times. But that doesn't mean that the essence of Unity of the Seacoast is anywhere near death. The spiritual aspect of this congregation and the people it represents is going to live on. People today want spiritual help or spiritual experiences. My wife, she does a lot of Zooming with Al-Anon meetings. Not because of me, I'm not an alcoholic, but her first husband was. I'm her second. But Zooming might be a possibility. I'm not a tech person. I am a person-to-person kind of person. But Zooming might be a possibility, because, and I don't know what the situation is in total setting that up or whatever, but I know it works in Al-Anon, and people know exactly what time they're going to tune in, and next thing you know, you see all the faces, and things begin to happen. I just have I just have that faith that God is not going to just allow this spiritual experience to just evaporate. It's just not going to happen. It's come close before, but it always revives itself. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. And I'll miss any time that that's not true. So just take in mind maybe the Zooming could be that, and I know nothing about it. I can quickly learn, but it brings everybody together. But I also was thinking that having sort of a round robin in people's homes might be a possibility, or another place. You never know. God may have in his sights or her sights with regard to another place that would be affordable. That doesn't mean that you have to take on that responsibility. You've just done a wonderful job, and I know you'll continue to keep Unity of the Seacoast in your spiritual realm, and if you feel it's time for you to step back, I don't see anybody here who would say, "Oh no, don't do that." We care about you. Your health is more important, and God is speaking to you by you're sharing your feelings, and for that I'm very grateful.
I very much appreciate what you have done here for the last few years, magnificently. For me personally, I can hear you better on the computer than I can in person. So if we go virtual, that's great. Also, we have the possibility of use of a community center, which we could do once or twice a month to meet at, rather than going to a restaurant where everybody has to
Right.
eat up or something. So that's a possibility. We would just have to figure out what the schedule is on that.
Okay.
But we can make that available.
Yeah, Barbara, I want to hear from you. You have a mic.
I have a mic. Yeah, I think this opens up the door for a lot of freedom. I mean, we don't have to be bound to meeting at a building every single week. We could do it whatever we want. It doesn't have to be someone doing a talk. We could go bowling, or we could do something fun, just have meetups. I mean, I've been in numerous music groups throughout my life, and then the band breaks up. I mean, I stay in touch with the people. It's not like you're never going to see them again. It seems like that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, I'm never going to see you guys." we can stay in touch and do fun things, and it can be different. Maybe do a movie
Yeah.
1 week or 1 month, or do something outside in the summer. You know, we can have a music circle, like we, here, like people bring their guitars and stuff outside, or a drum circle, or there's lots of things we could do. And then takes you off the hook, so you're not having to put in 30 hours to do a talk every week. It can be just whatever we want it to be.
I like
know.
that. Have anything, babe?
I like Charlie's idea of having that room available and just kind of going maybe from house to house occasionally, nothing so structured, but where they would host, maybe do the service there, maybe not. Maybe it would be just a conversation kind of thing. So I like the freedom that can bring, and I think we should take advantage of that if we can.
All right. Can we go to the buffet at least once?
Going virtual, we can still do other things like Charlie and I had been talking about facilitating maybe the 4 agreements or something like that. It'd be easier for everyone to attend online. So we can still do
I
things like
like
that.
I like that.
Yeah. Maybe the prayer group could meet once a month online. And I mean, there's so much we can do.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't feel like it's an ending at all. I'm with Ernie. It's not an ending at all. It's an evolution. It's moving to a different format, but could be even better. And if we're out in public, it's more likely people will see us and be curious, and maybe we will gather more.
So if I'm getting this right, the consensus is just let it go. And we'll be a group on our own. And we'll just see how it goes. And practically, for practical reasons, that makes sense because we're spending a fortune in internet here. We're spending a fortune in Streamline and insurance and rent. And so, and we're spending a fortune. I mean, it's not often I take a paycheck, and for almost most of it, the paycheck plus has come back, and that's harder to do as my medical expenses go up. I have one pill that the copay on it is $4.72 a month, and then another one's $100 a month, and then I get some that are free, but a lot of them are in around $30 a month, and no choice because it keeps me alive. But it's it's not the same that it was a year ago.
To not delve too deep into this, but practically thinking, all the stuff in the church, where's it going to go?
Yeah, well, that was the next topic.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're there. I know there's a few things in here that are actually mine. And I personally would like to keep those signs if no one minds. I have no idea, but I hope at some point we have a bigger house and I can just hang them. I have that room that I want to do with the trains and all that. So that was voted down. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we got to sort out.
Yeah, I guess I would, and I know that you've been our more than a leader. You've been a pastor, and that's something that's really important. But I wanted to, I guess, kind of thank everybody else through all the years that we've all pitched in to bring
Yeah.
food and been on committees and helped disassemble and reassemble our community, and Charlie, who will never say anything, puts a lot of time in here
He certainly does.
to come in and clean and vacuum and, check on everything. So it really has been a group effort. Tracy, you've been magnificent, stepping up and yeah, Tracy's been magnificent. It
Take a
is-
bow.
Yeah, it is not easy to be president of the board. And Ed, thank you for stepping up to be on the board. And Ernie, that's been a wonderful thing. Frank, thank you for all you've done. Ginny, best cook ever. But really, when we look around the room, everybody here is committed. And all we have to do is remain committed in a different way. Barb, we go back so long. But again, how often does Barb not show up? I mean,
I
she's
know.
always here. That's been amazing. That's 20 years. She has not let us down in any way. So I just want to kind of remind everybody that we really are a family. Somebody needs something, we all jump in, make phone calls, and so I
And
think we're strong. I think we are a strong spiritual family, so no worries.
So we need to start thinking about, for the month of April, what we're gonna do with all the stuff. I have my personal books and that desk and chair. And then there's some other odds and stuff around. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we have to think about that.
I would volunteer where if there's anything we want to sell, I would volunteer if there's anything you want to sell that I can do like Facebook Market or something, and we can use that money to help defray some of the costs that it's still going to cost us to get rid of stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think storing is an option this time.
No, I don't want
That's
to.
really expensive.
I don't want to pay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yard sale. That was fun. I just saw pictures of it on my, yeah, can have a yard sale. So,
Am I hearing it correctly that community center where you live would be available not every Sunday, obviously, at time or whatever?
yes,
As long as you got notice ahead of time?
yeah, we have to schedule it. It's $50, which I will pay gladly. Yeah, but, I mean, that's not half what I usually give.
And then, maybe the Zoom thing, maybe the Zoom could be an alternative to, if there's can't get that, so it would continue. We'd all see each other's faces one way or the other. We all get a chance to talk to each other. We all have, telephone numbers, et cetera, and that's the key. You got to keep it together, because if we get frustrated and we get down on ourselves and things start to fall apart, that's not what unity is all about. Unity is got a future. Think of all of the unity churches. I think there's over 900 unity churches worldwide, and a good chunk of them, I'm sure, are right here in the good old US of A. So unity is alive and well, and so are we.
So does Unity, our parent Unity Church, require us to have a building? Would they still support us if we were just meeting in a community center or whatever? Or?
Yeah, they're pretty flexible. I know one church that meets at a pizza shop, which when I first heard about it, I was like, huh? And I'm like,
Pizza, yum.
You know, and Catholic churches do the little wafer up there. You just get a mini cheese pizza.
Yeah.
And they don't dilute the wine.
But to remain a nonprofit, there's a lot to that. I would say
Yeah.
we should let that go.
I believe we should.
Yeah, because there's so much involved in that for whoever's on the board, just the paperwork and the filling out forms and additional cost, and like you said, so
Yeah.
in order to meet the requirements to have your donations be tax deductible, for instance, you know, we wouldn't be able to.
We'd
do
have
that.
to have a board. We'd have to have certain insurances. Yeah, I think we should let all that go
I do too. I
because
agree.
we won't need a board. We'll still need you, Tracy. You all right? So I guess the consensus is, and what we got to work out is, we're going to let everything go, and I can let all the forms to let the state and federal government know, and we have to make sure that, you know, let go of the internet. They may charge us a contract break fee, but there may be a clause, like if you move or something, they can't charge you that. So we have to look to see if, because we're shutting down, if they can charge us that. 2037? No, I don't know. I don't know. I think it was a 3-year. But yeah, Xfinity is just the most difficult ones to deal with because, yeah.
So if the board would like to kind of create committees, then we can choose which committee we want to be on, whether it's, you know, having a.
Yeah, and there's a lot of odds and ends stuff here that maybe people would like other than us. You know, like, you know, if you know people in your building, Charlie, who are needing stuff, feel free to help them out. You know, there's all that kitchen stuff. There's the coffee maker. There's Tracy.
I wanted to comment that I don't really think it's realistic to think that we're going to form committees. I don't think we have enough people to form committees, to be honest. I don't think, you know. So the way that I would look at it is think of the things that you will invest time in doing. That you're able to do, and volunteer as much as you can, because, you know, there's stuff to do, we'll need help. But it just doesn't seem feasible to say form committees in order to do that, I don't think.
George offered his van.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm looking, if God speaks in, I'm looking right there at principle number 4. Through prayer and meditation, realigning our heart, mind, God. Denials and affirmations are tools we use. So we're going to deny the negative. We're going to affirm the positive. We're going to move forward through prayer and meditation.
So over the next few weeks, we got to figure out how we're going to take care of what's in this building. And if you guys know anyone, you know, there's kitchenware there. There's, you know, year-old Reese's. No. So, all right. So, there was a meditation song. If you guys do that, and then we'll do the collections. But I'm not going to do the prayer of the people and the meditation. We're already at 11.
Let our life be prayer.
Let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through. From the moment that I wake up till I go to sleep at night, offer up my work and words and bring them to the light. Let me feel the power through which we all unite. Let my life be prayer. Take this thy life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through. Take this song that I'm singing, I offer it to you. Words that I'm thinking, may they express anew. You are the inspiration for everything I do. Let my life be prayer. I do not need to worry, though I know the cares will come. I do not need to hurry, I know thy will be done. I just need to trust in that faith and walk on. Let my life be prayer. Let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through. Our time upon this planet is surely but a span. Things are bound to happen which we cannot understand. So in both joy and sorrow, I take your outstretched hand. Let my life be prayer. Let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through. Let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through.
Now we'll do the collections.
The peaceful waters tumble down my soul. Let me live in this moment, watch it all unfold. Let this joyful feeling come from deep inside. Lift
divine love adds me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. Join us for the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed. Thank you. Join us for the Let There Be Peace song.